Hello, Mr. Birdie. The first thing that usually comes to my mind when I'm going on a road trip with my family is always the car. I need a car that can fit half of my house in it. That's because I have a baby. You probably can relate. Luckily today, I have the Mitsubishi xpander. Like everyone else, for the past 2 years, we've all been cooped up at home making the best out of our time. My daughter has never really known the world outside of these walls, so now that we can travel again, I thought it would be really nice to bring my family out and explore Mother Nature. Okay, before I forget, we would like to say a big thank you to Mitsubishi Motors Malaysia for loaning us this car and also sponsoring the video. Let's go! Growing up, my dream car would normally be the car that is the sportiest or can run the fastest. You know, there's so much testosterone brewing, you want the biggest and the baddest. And for some reason, the colour red has always been at the top of my list. But for now, the red coloured car I would likely go for is one that has the most seats, space, or is the most comfortable. When you have a kid, they tend to take over your dreams. Now I'm taking my family on a 3-day 2-night glamping festival at the Hooton Retreat, Negeri, Sembilan. The journey would take us around 2 hours to get there. With the baby on board, we needed some external intervention. Like most kids at this age, their pastime would either be sleeping or eating. We've prepared lots of baby food for her, but unfortunately we left the bag at home. Now if that doesn't work, some screen time should do the magic. If you don't agree to that, perhaps some soft cuddly toy would be more ideal. Now for us, the secret weapon has always been this. Works all the time. Once you have some peace and quiet, it's important to let those pent-up frustration out of the way. For most of us, there's a certain hesitation whenever we hear the word camping. It feels too troublesome of an excursion that should be avoided if possible, potentially turning your world upside down. Too hot, too cold, too hungry, creepy crawlers, fruits falling off a tree, sleeping alone on the floor in the wilderness? Nah. Thankfully, we will be here for a 3-star camping experience, also known as glamping. It's a gated and guarded environment with modern touches, proper cafeteria where food is provided, and most importantly, toilets. Okay, technically we won't be staying at any of those accommodations since we are here to camp. Our friends from The Traveller has graciously set up a beautiful place for us to stay, all decked up with plenty of creature comfort stuff for us to enjoy. Sorry. Okay, now we're finally here at the Hooton Retreat Jelebu. So this is our official campsite. It's a modern camping facility, I would call it. Why do I say that? Because it's a lot more glammed up than you would expect. Now come, let's check it out. So basically right in front you have all these portable table, chairs, and even a portable fan. And I really like this one because apparently this fan can last for a whole day. And on top of that, it actually acts as a light. We also have a portable stove where you can cook your meals at night if you're hungry. And all these fairy lights and all these hanging lights are all battery powered. So now let's check out the tent. Let's go! Okay, right inside we have 3 single inflatable bed. Right? Yeah? You want to go inside? And you know what's funny? Inflatable pillows. There you go. And on top of that, you can actually open up the side window, as they call it, and have more fresh air. Pretty nice. There were even a couple of fitness models and celebrities checking out our super cool setup. I guess if it works for them, it should work for us, right? So one of the things we quickly learned 2 hours into this trip is to enjoy the little moments, such as rolling around the bed, sitting on a rocking chair, hugging the inflatable bed, chewing on wet wipes, pretending like we enjoy watching people walking by, and just do nothing, I guess. Children pick after their parents, they say, so I felt the need to set some good examples. And eventually your body would tell you when it's time to rest. One of the things I was really looking forward to is flying fox. I knew my daughter was game for it, so I got the carrier ready to zip her along the line. Yeah, you'll probably be thinking, are you serious? It's so dangerous! Well, as expected, Chief Zipper didn't allow us to go for safety measure. What a bummer. There was a beautiful flute music playing at the background. We decided to check it out, and for a moment I thought we were living in another world. We were so mesmerized by the beautiful sound of the flute, and the music seems like it was birthed from nature. Everything around us just cancelled out. Then a thought came to my mind. If my daughter can't go on a flying fox, perhaps she could listen to her favorite song?
I'm doing a documentary about baby. Can you play Baby Shark?
Even I got caught in the groove. Who would have thought that an Inca Amazonian man, 20,000 kilometers all the way from Peru, would know how to play a song like this?
How you like it? Huh? Baby Shark, Alexia? Alright! Alright!
Keeping yourself hydrated during your camping trip is important. Making sure you are carefully protected from the scorching sun is also equally important. But one of the most fundamental aspects of camping is to learn how to start a fire. Fire can be a source of light and can also keep you warm. So to make this trip worthwhile, I've decided to do that. Most avid campers will use a flint. The idea is to strike the flint against the steel to create friction. With that, hopefully sparks of fire would fall on the husk to get the fire going. After going back and forth with the flint like a good 100 times, the only fire I got was a handful of soaring blister. Perhaps the answer lies in how determined I was in trying to start a fire at all costs, instead of truly enjoying the process and the meaning behind it. I was told to let it flow, experience the process, and pay lesser attention to the end goal. You know, like the saying goes, the more you want, the less you get. The less you get, the more you have. One of the things to anticipate during a camping trip is anything can happen. The rain started pouring so heavily that our tent was flooded and we had to evacuate to the tent next door. For a moment, I started thinking to myself, what am I doing here?
But I'm agree. I'm a widow. What the hell am I doing here? I don't belong.
The day ended with a spectacular fire show. I can't help but to think that the universe is trying to tell me something. Don't be discouraged. One step at a time, boy. Pick yourself up and try again another day. Be in the moment. Be present through the little things. Dance like nobody is watching, even when the tiny sparks of life is setting your butt on fire. Come on! You will get there if you just let go. After a while, I noticed that my eyes are getting a bit teary. I think perhaps it's time to rest my mind. Good night.